new me, what a load of shit. If you think something should change, you shouldn't stop to wait for it. No, you should change now, you should change now, my friend. Something should change, you shouldn't stop to wait. New year, new you, change now. Yes, do what you need to do. If you think something will help, then try your best to see it through. But don't hold your breath, don't hold your breath this time. No, don't hold your breath, don't hold your breath this time. Don't hold your breath this time. 'Cause you are changing, intentional or otherwise. You won't be the same in another few years' time. And you're shifting, sifting further down the line. I'll see the new you on the other side. New year, new me, count me out for one. 'Cause goals are great, but why should you wait for another trip around the sun? No, you should change now, you should change now, my friend. New year, it's a phenomenon. Well, for a couple months it seems like everyone gets strong along. You should change now, you should change now, my friend. You should change now, you should change now, my friend. 'Cause you are changing, intentional or otherwise. You won't be the same in another few years' time. And you're shape-shifting, sifting further down the line. I'll see the new you on the other side. Well, of course, we should try to be better. It's not a yearly endeavor. So if you take up running or eating healthy foods, before you do anything, there's one thing you must do. Well, recognize that a new year will not save you from a vice you daily choose. The only thing that can save yourself is you. And you are changing, intentional or otherwise. You won't be the same in another few years' time. And you're shifting, sifting further down the line. I'll see the new you on the other side. 'Cause you are changing, intentional or otherwise. You won't be the same in another few years' time. And you're shifting, sifting further down the line. I'll see the new you on the other side. I'll see the new you on the other side. I'll see the new you on the other side. I'll see the new you on the other side. I was a boy, battered and weathered when I arrived here in Troy. A city none better when viewed from the void. But down on the ground, it's a filthy, degenerate place, full of misery. And I'll walk these streets by day and by night without shoes on my feet. Oh, what a sight, they'd say looking at me. Then move left to right, then they'd move on with their lives. Then they'd die. horseback, then back you would stand and beg for my pardon, you small little ant. No, you can't imagine how different our worlds can be. So I'll go from there to here, down alleys and back roads, and I'll disappear into the ether. I'm a ghost just smoking mirrors, prowling on rooftops and scanning along the walls for open windows. I've little to offer, not more than a song. With fiddle and lyre, I'll string you along. These words like a fire, these chords smoke in your lungs. So make sure you've heard this last word of warning where you see the first. The second is coming, may the city be cursed with thieves and with crownings, but the only difference between is the means. Well, 1492, they sailed across the ocean blue, and now they make the rules. Disobey if you dare to, cause they want gold. If you don't have it, you are sold, or they will take your body parts along with all the other wealth they stole. And even further on, barely 2 generations, population decimated till it's near annihilation. They're buried in mass graves to suit the new world status quo. We'll rest in peace and life you never could, but I can promise that I won't. Okay, are we good? All the levels on? Oh no, hang on. Okay. Yeah, okay, sick, cool. Well, hi everyone. Let's go live here. Okay, sick. Tight. All right. So, hey everybody. I am going live on YouTube and Instagram. I have a new camera, so now I get to use my phone to stream on other platforms. If you are watching on Instagram, I highly recommend you switch over to Facebook, or sorry, to YouTube. I'm not on Facebook, but you will get a way better sound quality and video quality if you decide to switch over to YouTube. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just start playing. And if you guys have requests, let me know. I wrote this song ahead of time, 'cause I knew that I'd appreciate it further down the line. And it's not about anything in particular, but it'll do just fine. Hell, it's a week off, it's a start, it's the freedom to stop chasing your white whale. It's permission to allow yourself to fail. 'Cause when you're writing a song every week for 36 weeks so far, make sense that a couple of songs would make less than stellar art. Not everything gets to be the Mona Lisa. Even the real Mona Lisa's not that great. You'd walk right by it if it weren't for all the people trying to get a couple pictures for their Facebook page. Well, it's important, I think, because when we talk of art, we tend to talk in terms of masterpiece. But no one sets out for their magnum opus, and the ones who do are dead already. So here's to all the songs that never make it to the final part. Because all art starts with less than stellar art. Less than stellar art. Less than stellar art. Less than stellar art. All right. Ooh. So I'm going to be doing some old stuff. I'm going to be doing some new stuff today. I think I'll go ahead and I'll dive into some old stuff. So like a lot of people who play folk punk, I kind of came from listening to a lot of just regular punk music. And I'll be playing some of those tunes today as well. But I think the first thing that really got me into more of a traditional sound were Irish bands like Flogging Molly and to a lesser extent like Dropkick Murphys, but like the Pogues, the Dubliners are like all fantastic examples of sort of this like heavier Irish music. For me, though, it was Flogging Molly and it was Dave King. And I remember it was one of the first things that my first pieces of music that I really started to like, that like my mom, who was very, traditional music, played in church her whole life, really actually enjoyed. And so, I don't know, it's always been kind of a unique thing for me. I've just always been drawn to these bands that have this sort of bigger sound to them. And so, without further rambling, this song is called Drunken Lullabies. Must it take a life for hateful lies to glisten once again? 500 years like gelignite have blown us all to hell. What savior us while on this cross we die? Forgotten freedom burns as the shepherd led his lambs astray to the bigot and the gun. Must it take a life for hateful lies to glisten once again? 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. Well, I sit and dwell on faces past, like memories seem to fade. No color left but black or white, and soon we'll all turn gray. Maybe shadows rise to walk again, with lessons truly learned. And the blossom flowers and eats your heart, it will be the brand new flame. Must it take a life for hateful lies to glisten once again? 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. But maybe it's the way we're taught. But maybe it's the way we fought. But a smile never grins with without tears to begin. For each kiss is a crime we all lost. Now nothing is left to gain, but for the banshee who stole the grave. 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. I watch and stare as Roshin's eyes turn a darker shade of red, and the bullet with this sniper's eye in our bloody gutless cells. Must we starve on crumbs from long ago? True bars these man-made steel. It's a great or a little thing we fought, built a conscience blessed to kill. Must it take a life for hateful eyes to glisten once again? Because we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. Singing drunken lullabies. Hey, John. What's up, man? All right. So for those of you watching on Instagram, one more time, I will go ahead and tell you, you're probably going to enjoy this experience more on YouTube. I have a better mic and a better camera. It's just generally going to be a little bit better. So head on over to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. And I'm gonna do another cover. I'm gonna do a Taxpayers song. Very humid night, corner of Park and Main. Catch that first glance, your smile, my veins at maximum capacity, blood pumping so fast, my girl, if looks gave heart attacks. Dangerous men in the shadows like an audience, and even the meanest among them had a special little shine in their eye as they saw us walk by. Walked about 20 blocks talking about good bars and better townsmen. This one kissed that first night, and the rain opened up the sky to get one last kiss. I love you like an alcoholic. One last kiss. I love you like a statuette. One last kiss. I need you like I need a broken leg. I was getting off the late shift, attempting to recover. Crumpled up the bus pass, tossed it into the gutter. You were some handsome dark stranger. You were standing there on the corner. You had these compelling magnetized eyes. Must have lost where you got them. 7 blocks in, my fingers brushed your hand and blushed. You laughed, just seemed a little sad. I didn't want to jump a ship, but I absolutely knew I was 6 steps in when I fell into you. One last kiss, I love you like a broken pot. One last kiss, I love you like a pack of dogs. One last kiss, I need you like I need a gaping head wound. One last kiss, I love you like an alcoholic. One last kiss, I love you like a negligee. One last kiss, I need you like I need a broken leg. All right. So I have a new audio setup. And a new video setup, actually. And I think it's probably a good idea to play this one next and try and put them to the test, because this is a loud one. It's also one of my favorite songs I ever wrote. It's also one of the first songs I ever wrote for this project. It's called Civil War. Well, when you sleep, what do you see? Are your dreams a mechanism for release? Well, we all know there's only one real way this thing can go, and it's not attractive, but it'll have to do. When every fiber of this carpet is staring into space, and it's soaking up whatever's left of you. We'll watch it fall and rise again. Oh, this sweeping casket to the fluid life you live. Well, I need a doctor, or at the very least a hand to hold, so I can ditch these medications I self-prescribed. Because these breaths are oh so labored, but long since overdue. So I'll breathe these breaths again and breathe anew. I'll be the last one standing in the battle with myself. I'll be the last one standing in the battle with myself. Hey! In 3 years' time, will you believe in every single criticism you received? Did you not notice the new horizon coming round again? And it is lighting up these fences you must mend. It sure as hell will not be easy, but what worth having is, well, one way or another, I know this. I'll be the last one standing in the battle with myself. I'll be the last one standing in the battle with myself. You'll be the last one standing in the battle with yourself. We'll be the last one standing in the battle with ourselves. Ooh. Always good to be here. Always good to play either to the void or to my dear, dear friends who decide to stop by and keep me company for a little while. Ooh, okay. So how are you all doing today? Are you good? I hope so. Okay, so let's see, what should I do next? We're doing new and old. So yeah, tell you what, I'm gonna do a new one that I'm still kind of working on, but well, I never did a lot of drugs. They never appealed to me as much as they seem to a lot of my friends. And that's no judgment on them. Either way, it's hard to say that any of us knew what we were doing back then. I I was a virgin till I was 19. Because before then I believed that God would burn my soul if I couldn't control myself. And I still thought that after the fact. It only happened because I was at the point where my desire for sex outgrew my fear of hell. So tell me now, how's that for a hard sell? Well, I was never the type to hop trains. It just never felt like an authentic thing for the kind of person I was back then. A middle-class suburban kid, torn between fear and the fear of not fitting in, figuring out the pieces and what they meant. It's so hard to say why we should do anything. It's so hard to say why we should be anything. But I think that in the end you'll find the things you did will not define who you are or who you will become. Well, I think we have a habit of looking back and focusing on all the things we didn't have and all the things we changed, giving a reset. But those things are now a central part of the person that you now are. So are you changing your past just because you don't like your present? And if that's the case, why not just change your present? Because I used to have regrets. I should have done more drugs, should have had more sex, should have hopped that train to nowhere and such. But now I think I love myself too much. Yeah, now I think I love myself too much. Yeah, now I think I love myself too much. Yeah, I hope one day you'll love yourself too much. Yeah, I hope one day you'll love yourself too much. Hey, thanks, John. All right. So that was a new one. Not on an album yet, but who knows? That may be coming around sooner rather than later. I don't know. I've been going through a weird set of changes musically lately, where I'm not really happy doing just folk. I don't think the folk is going to go anywhere. I think it's always going to be kind of at the core of what I do, but I don't know. I just haven't had as much fun just writing straightforward folk songs, and so I've started branching out into more kind of straightforward punk or post-punk or whatever it is. I don't know. Whatever Jeff Rosenstock does. I listened to that guy's albums, and I was like, that's what I want to do. That's really good. So that was a new. I'm going to do an old, unless anybody has any suggestions. So in high school, I was briefly obsessed with a lot of different bands. But for a little while, one of like my vocal idols was Lars Frederiksen from like Rancid, Lars Frederiksen and the Bastards. I loved the voice that he has. And to some extent, I still do. It's just got such a like fierceness to it, such a bite that my natural singing voice just doesn't really have. And this actually isn't one of Lars's songs, but it is one of my favorite Rancid songs. And it's called Olympia, Washington. And I'm going to do something different with it. Hanging out with Lars down on 6th Street. He knew that I was in trouble. I was feeling much like the devil. There was something burning deep inside of me. Ran into 3 Puerto Ricans. These girls took us to the fun house where we played a lonely pinball machine. Hanging on the corner of 52nd and Broadway. All the cars passing by, but none of them seemed to go my way. At New York City, well, I wish I was on the highway. Back to Olympia. I'm having a hard time understanding. It gets all too demanding. She's all cold and I'm stranded. Something burning deep inside of me. All I knew, it's 4 o'clock and she ain't never showed up, and I watched 1,000 people go home from work. Hanging on the corner of 52nd and Broadway. Cars passing by, but none of them seem to go my way. In New York City, well, I wish I was on the highway. Back to Olympia. How many times will it take me before I go crazy, before I lose everything? Something burning deep inside of me. Ran into 3 Puerto Ricans. These girls took us to the fun house. I don't want to be alone again. Hanging on the corner of 52nd and Broadway. All the cars passing by, but none of them seem to go my way. In New York City, well, I wish I was on the highway. Back to Olympia. Back to Olympia. Back to Olympia. Is this an original song? If you're referring to the one I was just playing, actually no. That is my cover of a Rancid song called Olympia, Washington. It's off their album Out Come the Wolves. Highly recommend. It's definitely a different feel than what I just did, but I would highly recommend checking it out nonetheless. They're a super fun band. And I think now I should probably do some kind of an original. Let's see here. Let's do a fun one. Let's do a fun history song from a former history teacher. Na 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 na. Well, Thoreau didn't live in isolation. Walden was just a mile from town. He'd go and drink at the bar near every day. And Marie Antoinette, no, she never said let them eat cake. That was put on her long after her execution day. And John Wayne was a Nazi, and John Lennon beat the shit out of his wife on a daily basis. Oh, and by the way, Thomas Jefferson was a racist. Na 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 na. And it not might have been all, but the Spartans were gay, despite what that bullshitter Frank Miller says. He's about as credible as the Comic Sans the stupid books are written in. And Christopher Columbus was a mad dog without a leash. How that genocidal fuck gets a day every year is beyond me. Well, Jesus was Middle Eastern, and Disney wasn't frozen inside a cryogenic casement. Oh, and by the way, Thomas Jefferson was a racist. Na 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 na. Well, Rene Descartes, he never said, I think, therefore I am. And Edison liked to pretend, but his inventions were made by someone else's hands. And the Civil War was fought over slavery, although in fairness, Lincoln really didn't care. At least not as much as Daniel Day-Lewis might say. And allow me to retort, Napoleon wasn't short, and Nero wasn't in Rome when it burned down. And he never had a fiddle he could play. Well, when you study history, prepare to get lost in an endless sea of faces. One of which was Thomas Jefferson, who was a racist. Na 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 na. The Grand Illusions. Yeah, no shit, man. As somebody who spent 10 years in history degrees in grad school, the things we don't know about history could fill all the history books. Okay. What now? Let's do an old one. So this is one from the very first EP I ever made. And it's actually kind of the reason why I became, why I sort of became an act myself. My partner had a friend who was interning at a recording studio, and they had heard that I had they had heard that I had been sort of writing these songs, and she needed somebody to come in and basically, like, she would shadow the guy recording the artist, and she asked if I wanted to do it, and I said, yeah, absolutely. And the resulting recording is actually, if you look on my videos on my YouTube page, they're literally the first two that I ever put out. And after that, they became kind of popular with my friends, and here I am 5 years later. Civil War is one of those songs, which I played before, and it is actually my favorite song. I wrote this other one, though, about a girl I had dated prior that was not a great relationship, and it did not end particularly well. And I don't know, a lot of time has passed. I don't wish that person harm anymore or anything like that. But I think for a long time I didn't play this song just because it reminded me of them, and it doesn't really as much anymore, and it's a fun song. So with all that context provided, Well, the other shoe is dropped, but luckily I would rather walk barefoot alone on the dirt than walk on a cloud with you. The more I stop to think about it, I'm not even sad you're gone. I was just scared to death that your absence would leave me incomplete. So you know, I wish you the very best, and I hope you feel the same. But at the end of the day, we both had to face the facts. It was never gonna work out this way. So will you let this depression lead to an infection that will eat away your life until it's gone? Or will you find the strength to carry on? I don't hate you, even though I feel like I should. But the honest truth is you're barely on my mind. And besides, nothing much has changed. In the end, nothing's all that different. We still have to face the finality of life. It's just now we've gotta do it alone. So you know, I wish you the very best, and I hope you feel the same. But at the end of the day, we both had to face the facts. It was never gonna work out this way. So will you let this depression lead to an infection that will eat away your life until it's gone? Or will you find the strength to carry on? So you know, I wish you the very best, and I hope you feel the same. At the end of the day, we both had to face the facts. It was never gonna work out this way. So will you let this depression lead to an infection that will eat away your life until it's gone? Or will you find the strength to carry on? Or will you let this depression lead to an infection that will eat away your life until it's gone? Or will you find the strength to carry on? Or will you find the strength to carry on? Or will you find the strength to carry on? Or will you find the strength to carry on? Or will you find the strength to carry on? Man, it's been forever since I've played that song. I forgot the lyrics, actually. Hey, Becca. Hope you're doing well. So for the folks watching on Instagram, I do want to just go ahead and let you know, if you want to switch over to my YouTube, I have way better audio and way better video. So you do you. I just wanted to go ahead and let you know I'm streaming on both right now, but your experience will be drastically improved. Couldn't tell. Thank you. That's good. Not as good as those pipes. Ooh, them pipes. I got the pipes. Good stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. So that was something old. Let's see here. What's something new? Something new. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's play something off of Sabbatical. This is a song about wealthy billionaires, very literally destroying the world for an extra $5 in their pocket. Well, it's a news press conference. The eyes of the world are glued to the screen as a man in a suit steps up to the podium, clears his throat a bit and starts to speak. We've been prepared for years now, I'm happy to report. We leave for Mars in 2 years, initially to explore. But this is just the very start, the opening of one of many doors. Well, she watched the reactions, the pundits linked it up. No need to clean the old house if the old lease is up. The future's looking brighter, every day new planet, new us. Well, goodbye Earth, it was fun while it lasted. Goodbye Earth, yeah, but nothing good can last. Goodbye Earth, yeah, if anyone was asking. Goodbye Earth, oh, you never stood a chance, oh. Let's be clear. No, you won't go to space. You won't be deployed. That privilege will be privileged for those with the coins. And even if you win, how could you live with your choice? It's hard to say. 'Cause most of us will remain here, abandoned in the same year that a rocket takes the wealthy to a station on the frontier to get a fresh start, while the rest of us die off in the cave. Goodbye Earth, it was fun while it lasted. Goodbye Earth, yeah, but nothing good can last. Goodbye Earth, yeah, if anyone was asking. Goodbye Earth, oh, you never stood a chance, oh. Well, this could have been prevented. You could have stayed in charge, but that would have thrown your profit margins off. 'Cause more green in the trees means less of it for me, after all. You talk global destruction like a CNB chart, then claim you really want to know what's on my heart. We'll plant a tree and get fucked to be a really great start, if you want my opinion. Oh, goodbye Earth, it was fun while it lasted. Goodbye Earth, yeah, but nothing good can last. Goodbye Earth, yeah, if anyone was asking. Goodbye Earth, oh, you never stood a chance. Oh, goodbye Earth, it was fun while it lasted. Goodbye Earth, yeah, but nothing good can last. Goodbye Earth, yeah, if anyone was asking. Goodbye Earth, oh, you never stood a chance. All right. Hey, what up, Coco? How you doing, baby boy? Stalwart Bugle, everybody. My tabletop streaming partner. I swear you sound just like him. Thank you. Sound like who? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay, cool. I'm like running out of songs to play. Let's see here. Oh, I wonder if I could remember Cocapelli face tattoo. Hang on one second. It's been a while since I've covered an AJJ song. In the corner of a king tattoo, it's just like that. Oh man, I don't think I'm gonna remember the lyrics to that one. Shoot. Rob Taxpayer. Oh, hey, thank you so much. That's right. I remember now. You made that comment on my last stream. Thank you again. I appreciate that. No, I love Rob. The creative drive of that man is fucking off the charts. I cannot believe what he does. I actually did do Song of the Week stuff I did it for a year. I did it over the course of 2019. And it fucking sucked. I didn't even put all of them out, and it was still like the worst fucking thing. It was awful. By the end of that year, I mean, I was just like writing haikus and shit. Just like, this is my thing. And I'm just going to put a backbeat under it. It's a song. It counts. The fact that he has done that for so long is just off the chart, like unbelievable. Let's see here. What is another, does anybody have any requests for stuff I can do? I can, I'm fairly versatile. Let's see here. While you're thinking up stuff, I'll go ahead and I'll just do something on my end. Okay, yeah. I think I know what I'm gonna do. This is another song off of On the Road by the Sea. Not really old or new, but seems appropriate. It's called Existence. When you're out and the suffering is widespread and you feel the body's heaving, when the globe feels as though it's stopped its turning and the wind blows ever colder, when you're out and there's no food on the table and your belt is steadily expanding, when the factory's closed, oh, tear on your clothes, oh, it's not how it's supposed to be, 'cause existence is only the beginning. Yeah, existence is only the beginning of a beautiful end. A beautiful end. A beautiful end. A beautiful end. Tear it down. Break the whole thing down to splinters. Set the whole damn thing on fire. From the ash of these borders and these barriers, we can make a new beginning. And we'll sing and we'll dance till our lungs they collapse, and we'll beat with our fists till they're blue and they're black, and we'll bury the past in an avalanche that tells the world we can make this last. Make this thing last. It's worth existing, 'cause existence is only the beginning. Yeah, 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 existence is only the beginning of a beautiful end. 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 A beautiful. Do you know Dirty Pennies? I don't know Dirty Pennies. It's a great fucking song. I do know a ton of other Mischief Brew though. Yeah, tell you what, here's one that I don't already have a video of on my YouTube. Because my first thought was going to be, oh, let's play Old Time Memory, because it's kind of got the same feel. But let's do something a little bit more challenging. I actually haven't done this one in a minute, so yeah. This song is called From the Rooftops. I see the city from my roof, scrape the sky and pierce the moon, throw a brick and hit a bottle. I used to have such a fiery soul. Now it's full of cigarette holes, and the scars tell better stories. You just copper underwater. The hope is just a dream when you mix truth and purity. What a hell of a hangover. You won't find me underground. On the rooftops I'll be found. I'll spit on your views, twist you out under my shoe. You go ahead and knock it down, child. That's nothing new. I'll just watch the buildings burn. So wake me up when you freed the earth. You say I lost my values. Yeah, well, you paid for the view. You just copper underwater. The hope is just a dream when you mix truth and purity. What a hell of a hangover. You won't find me underground. On the rooftops I'll be found. I see the city from my roof, like a foreign land from a family room. How I once detested its abuse. Now the lights all look like stars, and this silence from afar. I take a smoke and watch it tumble into the whisper of passing cars. Well, on the rooftops I'll be found. Well, on the rooftops I'll be found. Well, on the rooftops I'll be found. broken down. Ooh. Jesus. R.I.P. Eric. God damn, that man could play guitar. Person could play guitar. I don't know. Okay, yeah, here's a fun one that I don't play as often as I would like, because I really enjoy it. It's like the poppiest song I've ever written, and it's about exercise. This song is called Running. Last year, I started running because I knew that I needed exercise. It was hard at first, but with each step improving, I have gotten to the point where I can run almost the whole entire time. Now and then, I still have bad days when I feel like I am wasting all my breath. When they come, oh and God, they do come. It's a battle between me and myself. Both of us are fighting to the death. One day I will die. Till then, it's about what I leave behind. Till then, I will try to make some kind of meaning in this life. I'm only gonna be here for a while. Now and then, I'm building up my workout. Hell, the hospital is right there if I faint. Every day, that reminder of mortality is right there sitting on the corner every day to stare me in the face. And maybe it's 'cause I'm now past 30 and I feel like youth is leaving me behind. Maybe I'm just being over dramatic. It's just another day, another year, but I can't get this fear out of my mind. One day I will die. Tell that it's about what I leave behind. Tell then I will try to make some kind of meaning in this life. 'Cause I'm only gonna be here for a while. One day I will die. Tell that it's about what I leave behind. Tell then I will try to make some kind of meaning in this life. 'Cause I'm only gonna be here for a while. This last year, I started running 'cause I knew that I needed exercise. Good. Sounds great with your clear vocals. Thank you. My clear vocals and my shaking hands. You know, actually playing that one does remind me of this old song that I used to be obsessed with. I don't even know where I would find this song anymore, but it's kind of a historical song written by a band out of, I think, Chapel Hill called The Old Ceremony. And it's called Poison Pen. And I'm pretty sure I can remember how to play that. So I'm going to go for that next. We're going to see. Well, we needed some help tearing down these trees. Our numbers were few. Were they down by disease? We sent messengers home. We begged on our knees that winter. And soon ships arrived to Charleston Bay. Savages sold to those that could pay to carry our loads to work night and day. And the laws of this world were not handed down to men. They were written by our own hands. They were written by our own hands. They were written by our own hands with a poison pen. All the amber waves of grain, the forest proud and the dusty plain bowed down before the mighty trains of iron. All the words are a cast, but the meaning's the same. Those that walk proudly will someday be lame, and all that is wild will someday be tamed. And the laws of this world were not handed down to men. They were written by our own hands. They were written by our own hands. They were written by our own hands with a poison pen. Well, we hold these truths so near to our hearts. We wave them like flags when trouble starts. We deal them out like a stacked deck of cards to the hungry. That all men free, all men are wise, all men except the ones we despise, the ones who must beg and steal to survive. And the laws of this world were not handed down to men. They were written by our own hands. They were written by our own hands. They were written by our own hands with a poison pen. I have not thought about that song in fucking forever. I used to play it like every day. Oh man. I need to look that band up again. I hope they're still making music. Okay. I need a little bit of a vocal break here. So I'm going to do one that's easy to sing and a little bit harder to play. But it's a song about a person I love, who unfortunately is not here today. She is off at work, which is actually kind of the reason why I stream, because when she's here, I kind of enjoy hanging out with her. Because she's my best friend and the love of my life, and the subject of several songs that I've written. But this one is my favorite that I've written about her. It's called Notes for Stepping Off a Cliff. I'm in debt, how much I forget. The house we live in is full of holes that our animals have left. and the shower's full of shit. But at least there's not a fan for it to hit, and our dog's a nervous wreck. Still, I'd do it all again. Well, maybe not the dog. Well, my car is broken down. I don't know why, I don't know how. All I know is I gotta move it off of Highway 9 before the cops come to impound. And my dog's late again with their checks. This fucking bullshit never ends. We'll do the same damn thing again next week. That's alright with me, cause stepping off of a cliff is much easier with a friend who says, I'll race you to the bottom, but stays with you the whole trip. Stepping off of a cliff, much easier to do. So I hope next time I get to step off of a cliff, I hope I get to step with you. You and me in this big bright new city. The corridors we'll walk at night, and the great food we will eat. And maybe if we're lucky, the dog won't tear out his fur. Who the fuck am I kidding? Of course he will. Still, it's something for us to hope for. Stepping off of a cliff is much easier with friend who says, I'll race you to the bottom and stays with you the whole trip. Stepping off of a cliff is much easier to do. I hope next time I get to step off of a cliff, I hope I get to step with you. Well, I'm in debt. How much I forget. I never thought too much about how much a soul is worth. So really it depends. Oh man. Let's see here. What is the band? Oh, so if you're referring to the song I played a couple songs ago that was Poison Pen, the song is Poison Pen by a band called The Old Ceremony. And they're a band, I think, out of Chapel Hill. I don't know. If I remember to after the stream, I can try and hunt down like links to the original songs and put them in here. But no, they've got a couple of really good songs. Like Talk Straight is another great one from their discography. I can't remember that one though. What else we got? I wish I could remember an Anti-Flag song because I used to be obsessed with Anti-Flag. Like they were one of the first bands I really fell in love with. But man, for as many of their songs as I learned, I really can't remember how to play almost any of them. I'll tell you what I can do actually that's kind of in the same vein. And I have actually a video about this, of this song already on my YouTube, but fuck it, whatever. As long as I'm doing deep dives into my past. This is a song off of Justin Sane's solo album. Oh shit, but I remember a different one off that album. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I think I remember all the lyrics. We're gonna see how it goes. Okay. Walking these streets all by myself. I don't care about anybody else. And sometimes don't you know that I just feel that way? And sometimes I'm just ready to strike out. And the people sit and stare from the main street terraces and coffee shops as I pass by. But they never say hello cause they can never understand all the foreign concepts in my mind. You see, I'm thinking of a world where people stop and think for themselves. And I'm thinking of a world where people wouldn't fuck you for money. And I know it's just a dream, but it's one I won't let go of, cause I'm so tired of getting fucked by you and you and you and you. Priorities prioritized in sickening ways by the capitalist pushers of the world. And the yuppies and the beggars of this neighborhood try to F you please to work. Think to myself, what a success these excess junkies are. And I'm sure the homeless and those with no health care would surely concur. You see, I'm thinking of a world where people stop and think for themselves. And I'm thinking of a world where people wouldn't fuck you for money. And I know it's just a dream, but it's one I won't let go of, cause I'm so tired of getting fucked by you and you. Hey, protect your conscience, saying that it's only business. Protect your conscience, saying that it's just the way it is, cause it's not the way it has to fucking be. Yeah! Fuck! Love finding new music. Yeah, you're welcome, man. If they are still playing music, and I really hope they are absolutely worth your time. Okay. Let's go into some newer stuff. I'm gonna give myself a rest again. Have some tea, rest your feet. A weary soul, a friend in need. Take your time, it's been a while since we last talked, just you and me. I am very far away, there are oceans, mountains, deserts in between. Where I am today and all the many places I have yet to see. And those familiar faces that I would like to see again. Broken man, thank God for that. I wouldn't have any other plans. Everywhere I go, everyone I meet keeps a piece of what was me. I'm leaving atoms and electrons and particles everywhere I go. There's a little piece of me that's floating down the road. Never be complete, but you make me so much more interesting. With every step and every face, I see the world differently. Yeah, slowly but surely we fill the holes in each other's hearts. And inch by inch we become something bigger than we were before. And my life has been all the richer because I have known you in my time. And I will walk on through this world and carry fragments of you in my mind. Oh, man. Okay. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Vulcan Blueser is a champ right now, hanging out with me this whole hour and a half. I think we are getting probably close to the end of what the stream is going to be. But I'm willing to do a couple more. I'm going to do a couple more anyways. If y'all have requests or anything like that, like, feel free to let me know, and we can go from there. But I think, let's see here. Feel like I had a song. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. So I recently posted a Brandi Carlile cover because Brandi Carlile's fucking amazing. Like, just an amazing vocalist and really talented guitar player. I'm going to do a different song of hers, one that I also really like. It's called Someday Never Comes. Dear love, I miss you much. I miss your smile and I miss your touch. And I thought of you. I can't erase my past. Well, maybe someday if you stay this way, your hair falls out and your tattoos fade. You remember then, hand in hand, I had to go away. I've got no reason to stay anyway. You said someday you'll change, but even a fool would tell you someday never comes. You built your rooms, you built your walls, kept me outside of it all, and I thought of you. What's a girl to do? Well, maybe someday if you stay this way, you see my face in a different place. You remember then, you're gonna thank me then. I had to go away. I've got no reason to stay anyway. You said someday you'll change, but even a fool would tell you someday never comes. Oh, 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 I had to go away. I've got no reason to stay anyway. You said someday you'll change, but even a fool would tell you someday never comes. First originals I had ever heard. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I love that song.
I wrote Fragments when I was kind of in transition between houses, and I was just sort of going in between all these different places and seeing all these different people that I hadn't seen in a really long time. And I don't know, it just got me thinking a lot about sort of the way that we know people and the effects we have on people, maybe without even realizing it. Well, 1492, it sailed across the ocean blue, and now they make the rules. Disobey if you dare to, cause they want gold. If you don't have it, you are sold, or they will take your body parts along with all the other wealth they stole. And even further on, barely 2 generations, population decimated till it's near annihilation. They're buried in mass graves to suit the new world status quo. Well, rest in peace in life you never could, but I can promise that I won't. Well, in the fields where they toiled, we had centuries of slavery. Then we had the nerve to turn around and call black people lazy while we sat on our hands as the racists sick the dogs on them. A century of violence co-sponsored by the government. Even further on, the violence didn't go away. Essentially, it only changed from steel to economic chains, clasping just as tightly, but they're fastened in a different way. Nonetheless, the fact remains the ends desired are still the fucking same. And I refuse to run from the actions of my ancestors. And I refuse to whitewash further what's already been altered. And I will die a hopeless man if nothing better is offered. Cause everything about this is absurd. Well, eventually it came. We wanted to move westward. The manifest had festered the sum of the architecture that had been built up for years, capitalizing on the fears of poor whites who had been convinced their neighbors were the problems here. They loaded up their guns and the wagons that they rode in on, killing everyone they met. The rest into reservations are still around. We still have them today. There is no flag that is large enough to cover up the shame of what we did to get up here. They say it's lonely at the top. Maybe it would be less lonely if we'd stop killing everyone. If you're wondering why I'm not in the mood today, understand it's more than just the food, the fireworks, and the parades. Understand it's more than just the food, the fireworks, and the parades. But I refuse to run from the actions of my ancestors. And I refuse to whitewash further what's already been altered. And I'm a hopeless man if nothing better is offered. Cause everything about this is, well, I refuse to run from the actions of my ancestors. And I refuse to whitewash further what's already been altered. And I will die a hopeless man if nothing better is offered. Cause everything about this, oh God, everything about this is absurd. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's a song that it's obviously, I mean, the inspiration is both historical and journalistic in intent. It's it sounds like it was written from last year. I mean, with the wave of police brutality and the riots and protests that followed, it was actually written in the summer of 2019 around July 4th. Sorry, I had seltzer and I'm burping all over the place. But yeah, it's, I think it's important to acknowledge sort of where you come from and what your roots are. And especially being somebody who is a white man in the South, I think that those roots are undeniable. And I think that not acknowledging what those roots are and sort of where your situation comes from is borderline criminal. So yeah, I wish I could do more than write a song about it. And I strive to try and do more than just write a song about it. But it's, I don't know. It's important to talk about. It's important to acknowledge. And, yeah. Okay. I think we're getting close to the end here. It's been almost 2 hours. I'm going to do... I'm going to do 2 finisher songs, I think. Because I always tend to close out songs. I always tend to close out concerts with the last song on whatever album or EP or whatever it is I've put out most recently. And I really love No Power. And I think that is going to be probably what we end with. But I don't know. It means that I end up like not playing the finisher from the previous album. And If and When is still like one of my favorite songs. I really, really love that song. So I'm going to play that first. And then as long as there aren't any more suggestions or anything like that, we'll close it out with No Power. This might be the most unpunk song I've wrote, and that works for me. 'Cause I am tired of singing about politics and drinking. I'm still gonna, but give me a minute to breathe. So up we go on this elevator, crashing through each floor as we pass. And if and when we ever make it to the top, my friends, well then we can look on this rubble and laugh. I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable of, and I hope this song is just the beginning. I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable of, and I hope this song is just the beginning of the end. We're so obsessed with thoughts, but an idea is just an idea. We make them up all the time. And I'm doing everything I can, but I'd rather suffer on my own than have to use you to survive. So down we go on this path like a freight train, crashing through whatever's in our path. And if and when we ever make it to the end, my friend, well then we can look on this rubble and laugh. I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable of, and I hope this song is just the beginning. I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable capable of. And I hope this song is just the beginning. 'Cause life is like a marathon that everyone is running on, and everyone will cross the finish line. And you can bet as long as I've got breath inside these lungs, I'm gonna run like there's participation prizes. 'Cause it's easier to fight with the closed hands, but it only makes the cycle start again. And if you aren't fighting hate with love, your victory won't be worth a damn. And I've had to take a dive into my own mind, 'cause people make me depressed. And I didn't like the things I'd find, all these contradictions that I can't address. Still I chose to live within the abstract, 'cause contradictions cannot hurt my flesh. And really that's the whole fucking problem, and the reason why people scare me to death. I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable of, and I hope this song is just the beginning. Still I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable of, and I hope this song is just the beginning. I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable of, and I hope this song is just the beginning. I hope I learn to love more than I'm capable of, and I hope this song is just the beginning. Okay. So this is going to be it for me. And I hope that out there that you're doing well, and that maybe that this stream has brought you any semblance of happiness or peace for even an hour or two. That's more than I could ask for. Well, what would you do with 3 spare hours of time? With no obstacles in your way. There's no TV to watch or comments to leave, and the theater's closed for the night. Oh, what would you do with 3 hours of time? You could play chess, you could do crimes, you could hold the ones close to you, swinging and swaying in time. You could stumble and fumble through the darkness till your fingers reach mine. And when we're ready, we'll sing soft and slowly. The world is better now than it's ever been. The universe collapses, we'll build it together again. Draped in light or shadow, and everything in between. There is no power here, save what you've power to be. spare hours of time. You could stay in your living room, give it a piece of your mind. You can spit at the gravel till it becomes mush. Destroy your surroundings till you feel the rush inside. Or maybe instead you can come hang out with me outside. Step out your front door and see a new world with new eyes. In the dark you were blind, but it's so much more clear now this time. And when the lights come on, we'll say the world is better now than it's ever been. The universe collapses, we'll build it together again. Draped in light or shadow and everything in between. There is no power here save what you've powered be. In the dark you can't see, but you always can lean upon me. You can light your own light, you can pass it around. 1,000 blackouts couldn't block out the sound of singing and dancing and joy that is yet to be found in making do with whatever's around. Okay, so that's it for me. Thanks so much, y'all. I hope that you had a good time, and I will see you around, I suppose. Bye-bye. Oh, stream is still going. Tight. Tight. Until the revolution's over, I wanna fight this war in an endless slumber. Gonna be a faithful soldier until I am awake. I wanna sleep until I don't have to cower. Just let me be for a few more hours. Hell, that's more good than I'd ever do awake. Yeah, well, if I'm being honest, what's coming makes me shake. I'm losing sleep with every passing day. I'm losing sleep, I'm lying wide awake. I wanna sleep until the revolution's over, till the banks crumble down and the flags are lowered, till the homeless all take over the White House estate. I wanna sleep until it's safe to come out again. I wanna wake up and it be over with. They say good things come to those who wait, right? Now somehow I don't think that it's gonna work that way. No victory favors those who seize the day. Yeah, and I am not a fighter, but a fight here still remains. I'm losing sleep with every passing day. Sleep until the revolution's over, but I can't fight no war if I'm in slumber. Can't be a faithful soldier if I'm not awake. So I can't just sleep until it's safe to come out again. I can't just wake up and it be over with. Fuck, wouldn't that be great? But now sleepless nights are just the price we pay. Yeah, sleepless nights are just the price we pay. I'm losing sleep, I'm lying wide awake. I'm losing sleep, I'll never be the same.